It's my great honor to welcome Danny Cohn, CEO of our Jewish Foundation and Jewish Federation, to the Bima to share some remarks.
Shabbat Shalom. So I've been really tired lately. How many of you have been really tired lately? Yeah. We've been sitting a lot of Shiva, and I think that's where a lot of this exhaustion has been coming. The community came together with us right after October 8th, and we opened our tent. And if you have to sit Shiva, it was a warm feeling to see those around us that came out in support right away, arms wide open, pledging their alliances. After almost a year, we can try to mark the end of our mourning, although it seems like Shiva starts again and again and again, where we're constantly aching for our brothers and sisters. So this time, Shiva came unexpectedly, and while our tent was open, those who appeared seemed to be few and far between. Calls were not made, visits were not paid, and condolences were not given. And I took a look around, and it was fairly obvious who was no longer in our tent. Those absent during Shiva wear many hats. They're part of our community that refuse to acknowledge the injustices, members of community clergy that have stayed silent, or even some in governance or higher education that have the tools to educate and inform. My mother always told me that I had too high of expectations, although I would argue they were called standards. But in deference to my mother, I'm going to just once, at this moment, tonight, try to acknowledge that just perhaps they didn't know what to say. At the end of Shiva, there is a custom that you signal to the community that you are ready to return by walking around the block. I had no idea of this custom. I've sat Shiva many times. I had never walked around a block, but when you go onto Google, it's amazing. The Jewish education that you think you had was missing a few things here and there. So you walk around the block at the end of Shiva, and I would challenge everyone in this congregation that is here with us tonight that for our own well-being, it's time to start walking around that block and give those a chance to join next to us as they realize Hamas is indeed their problem too. We always acknowledge the dead by saying, may their memory be a blessing. And a year ago, I challenged the community for the memories to be a revolution. And now I'm saying, may their memories lead us to an evolution. While we walk around the block to see who has come back as an ally, we show the dignity that is necessary to get through the hell that we have been through. We continue to show others that we do light the way, and while we walk, let's make sure that our light continues to shine, most importantly for us, as we continue to gain strength in the memory of those perished and those who remain silent as we evolve into our new future. Shabbat Shalom.